So to start today's recipe, we need to have these things on hand: vegetable broth, coconut milk, curry paste, red pepper flakes, salt, pepper, garlic, ginger, about 5 carrots, a large sweet potato, a red onion, cilantro, lime, and lightly salted peanuts. Dicing sweet potatoes can be difficult. I cut them in half and then I cut them in quarters. And then I slice them into 1/2-inch slices. I will take 2 to 3 sections of slices and dice them into 1/2-inch squares. This is an example. Carrots and sweet potatoes take about the same time to cook, so you want to cut them into similar sizes so that they cook together. So I have about 2 tablespoons of butter in the bottom of my pot, and I'm putting the red onions in. Red onions can have a very strong flavor, which makes it perfect for this dish. But I try and give them, I saute them down a little bit to give them a little bit more sweetness so that they're not such a strong flavor. And here's a tip: after you cut onions or garlic and you want to get the smell off your hands, rub it on the knife, and the knife absorbs the odor, so it takes the smell off of your hands. Depending on how spicy you like it, about 2 teaspoons of curry paste. If you like it a little spicier, then you might want to add a little more. I would add it a little bit at a time after I'm able to taste it. Cutting herbs can be difficult because they don't stick together very well. So I kind of roll them up together, and then I just run my knife through them, moving my fingers as I go back, making sure you do that. You don't want any trips to the emergency room. And then just making sure it's chopped up a little bit more. These are mostly for garnish and decoration, although the flavor does really well with curry. So that's how you do that. Any kind of nuts, especially peanuts, tend to roll around on your cutting board. So I try and keep my fingers out of the way. And it doesn't have to be a fine chop, just a little bit of a chop so that they don't go in whole. Okay, so after 20 minutes of simmering, you can test with a fork on the doneness. You could take a sweet potato or a carrot, and if the fork pokes through easily, it's done. So at this point, you can use an immersion blender or a regular blender. I have one that actually has a soup trigger to it so that it actually keeps it as it's blending. You do it, put it in there. If you do not have a soup blender, you want to be very careful when you put the lid on it, not to put the lid tight, let some of the steam out. Otherwise, when you do take the lid off, it will make a mess. It'll get everywhere. So this has the vent in the lid and the soup button. So I push the soup button, blend it. Transfer it over to the top. And continue. Once it is all blended, this is where you decide on how thick you like it. Some people like it really thick, and you can leave it at this consistency and just add your red pepper flakes, depending on heat that you like. Mix that in. I like mine a little looser. I don't like it quite so thick. So I add just a tiny bit more vegetable broth and mix that in. Now I'm a very visual cook. I believe that we eat with our eyes. So I serve the soup in a very nice, colorful bowl. Add a little bit of cilantro. A few peanuts. A squirt of sour cream. I like the squirt because it makes it look very pretty. And a lime. And there you go. Sweet potato carrot curry soup.